Today, let's talk about Skolera. It's a pretty interesting platform that's trying to be a complete, all-in-one solution for schools. It says it can handle some of the biggest administrative headaches in education, so let's dive in and see what it's all about.
Okay, so before we get into what this platform is, we really have to understand the problem it's trying to solve. And it's a huge one, right? Is the everyday work of education just getting totally buried under a mountain of administrative tasks? It's a real struggle for teachers, parents, and school leaders pretty much everywhere.
And that really gets to the heart of the challenge for any school today. I mean, we expect them to be these amazing centers of learning, but at the same time, they're under just massive pressure to run super efficiently, trying to juggle all this administrative stuff right alongside their main job, actually teaching kids. It was actually that pressure that sparked the idea for Skolera in the first place. The story goes that it didn't really start with some grand business plan. It started with a simple dream, to find a way to help teachers, to let them focus their energy on, teaching. The whole thing really kicked off with the educators. After dealing with just endless reports and administrative overload, they knew they needed a tool that could get them out from under all that paperwork so they could just concentrate on their students. And it wasn't just teachers. At the same time, you had parents looking for a solution of their own. They wanted a super easy, direct way to see how their kid was doing in school, not just at the end of the term, but right now, in real time, with updates they could get on their phones. And then you have the third piece of the puzzle, the school administrators. They were desperately trying to simplify all their complex jobs. They needed one single system to handle everything: attendance, schedules, exam results, even the school bus routes, all in one place. So you've got these clear needs from teachers, parents, and administrators all laid out. The stage was basically set for a totally new kind of solution. And that solution is Skolera, a platform that was designed from the ground up to be way more than your typical learning management system, or LMS. So what is it exactly? Well, our source material describes Skolera as an innovative Arabic educational platform. The core idea is that it's this big, comprehensive system that seamlessly weaves together three main pillars: education, administration, and communication. Now, this is a pretty big part of Skolera's story, a major achievement, it claims. Let's take a look at how the platform supposedly measured up on the world stage based on a report that was looking ahead to the year 2025. According to the source, in 2025, Skolera hit this huge milestone. It was ranked among the top 10 learning management system platforms for education in the entire world. And this slide really puts that into perspective. The source claims Skolera was ranked right alongside these absolute giants in the field. We're talking names like Google Classroom, Blackboard, and Moodle. What's really interesting here is seeing an Arabic platform listed among these big Western tech companies. It kind of signals a shift in the global edtech world. Okay, so that brings us to the big question. How does it actually do all this? How does Skolera manage to bring together all those different needs of a school community? Let's break down its all-in-one system. The core of the platform is really this combination: LMS, CMS, and ERP. Instead of just being one of these, it integrates all three. So you've got a learning management system for all the lessons and assignments, a content management system for all the educational materials, and then an enterprise resource planning system for all the school's operational stuff. Let me give you a quick example of how that works. A teacher posts a new history assignment, that's the LMS. The textbook chapter and video that the students need for it, that's stored in the CMS. And the moment that assignment is graded, the result gets logged in the ERP, making it instantly visible to administrators and parents. See, it's all about connecting those dots automatically. But it doesn't stop there. Beyond that mean structure, the platform has a bunch of other tools built right in. It uses AI for things like creating tests automatically, and gamification with points and badges to keep students motivated. It also supports Arabic, English, and French, and it integrates with other key software, like Zoom for virtual classes or TrackSolid for bus tracking. So with all these features, what's the intended impact on education? This is where we connect all this technology back to the people, back to the teachers, students, parents, and the school as a whole. This quote from the source really brings us back to that original mission. It highlights a core philosophy. Technology should be serving the teacher, not the other way around. By automating all that tedious administrative work, the idea is to free up that valuable time for human connection and high-quality teaching. So the goal, really, is to create this positive cycle of benefits. Teachers feel empowered so they can dedicate more time to their students. Interactive tools and gamification help keep students engaged. Real-time tracking keeps parents informed and connected. And for the school itself, it all adds up to better efficiency and a smoother digital transformation.
And this leaves us with one final thought to consider. With all the different pressures and all the moving parts in modern education, is this kind of integrated, all-in-one platform the definitive future for how schools are managed? It's a really compelling question about where technology is taking education next.